Hey, this week on the Ask Danny podcast, got kind of a special thing. It's always special when my buddy Joe Truini drops by, and Joe is the Simple Solution King. We all know that. He has created almost 600 simple solutions over the last 24 years. And so we started thinking about this time of the year and thought that we would challenge Joe to go back in the archives and pull out the top 5 fall simple solutions. Joe, I'm sure that was not easy with all of the plethora of wonderful ideas you have out there. So what do you have for number 1?
All right. Well, first, I want to say thanks for the promotion. I was the Simple Solution Guru, but now apparently I'm the Simple Solution King.
Man.
I'm waiting for my crown and my sash. So I'll be looking for the FedEx truck. All right. Here we go. Number 1 of our top 5 fall simple solutions. When raking leaves and putting them into a trash can that's lined with a plastic bag, the weight of the leaves tends to pull the bag down inside the can, right? That makes it difficult. Every time you dump in leaves, you got to readjust the bag. So to prevent this from happening, after you put the bag in a trash can and fold its upper open end over the can, what you do is take a bicycle inner tube and stretch it around the outside of the can, and it works like a giant rubber band and just holds the bag in place really securely. And bike inner tubes are available in various sizes up to about 26 inches in diameter. So regardless of the size of your trash can, you should find one that fits.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I have used a bungee cord when I didn't have an inner tube like that, but I know the inner tube really is nice and snug. And you know what? You won't have to buy very many of them. A tube like that will last you forever, and it does help so much in raking leaves because, I've seen so many techniques of people raking leaves and doing these things, and boy, I have seen people just, spend most of their time bagging the leaves versus the actual raking.
Right.
So tips like this will certainly help. Okay, that's number 1. How about number 2 on the top 5 fall simple solutions?
All right, whether you're using a rake or a leaf blower to kind of collect leaves and put them into a pile, the next step is picking up the leaves and dumping them into a trash can, right? Well, how's an easy way to do that? Well, here's one way. Get a 4 by 8 foot plastic tarp, fold it in half, and then staple some long wooden dowels to the ends of the tarp just to form handles, right? And then what you do is you lay the tarp on the ground next to the leaves, and you simply rake them onto the tarp. And now with those wooden handles, you can very easily grab the entire pile of leaves, lift it up, and slide. And because it's plastic, the leaves, even wet leaves, slide right off the tarp and into the trash can.
Man, I have used this one, and it definitely works. And it'll surprise you how easy it is because you're laying the tarp down. You can, rake right onto it, pick it up, put it right in there. It's a heck of a lot easier. And, there's so many things that we try to, recommend to help you do things by yourself if you don't have someone to help you out on some of these projects. And this is a really good example. Plus, you're talking about something that takes up no room at all. You roll that up nice and tight, maybe even put like a bungee cord around it or a rubber band around it to hold it in place, lean it up in your garage, won't take up any room at all.
Yeah, and I also found that once I made this, I use it year round. I mean, when my wife is going along, we have foundation planters in front of our house. She goes around weeding. She takes this tarp out and just throws the weeds on there. Or if I'm going around the yard picking up branches and twigs that have collected and fallen out of trees. So I use it for much more than just leaves.
Hey, that's a little side tip right there, is to throw the weeds onto a tarp or directly in a garbage can. Don't leave them laying on the sidewalk like one particular wife that I'm married to does. That then allows it to basically spread. The wind and the rain will spread that the pores of those weeds all over the place, and then you have more to choose. Now, unless you enjoy pulling weeds, it's better to dispose of them properly. So
who could possibly enjoy pulling weeds?
I don't think I know anybody. Let's go with number 3 of our top 5 fall simple solutions.
All right, Danny, clearing leaves off your lawn is only part of the job come fall, right? You have to clean them out of your gutters, and that's really important because if they get weighted down, they can get ripped right off the gutters and get ripped right off the house. So here's a way to do it without having to move your ladder every 3 or 4 feet. What you do is get a 10-foot length of vinyl downspout and use a pair of snips to snip the end of it so you can pinch it closed a little bit, then secure it with some duct tape. What that'll do is it'll create more power and pressure at the end, because what you're going to do is take this and slip it onto a leaf blower. And then when you get up to the top of your ladder, you have this long, basically nozzle on your leaf blower now, and you can power blast those gutters clean like in 8 or 10 feet in either direction. So on an average house, maybe you have to move your ladder once or twice to clear the gutters on the entire length of the house. Because like I said, otherwise you're constantly climbing up and down, moving the ladder. So try this with a length of vinyl downspout.
And you're not going to spend much money doing this. Very easy to handle it. It makes it a lot safer. Anytime you're on a ladder, though, please be careful on that. It does make a difference. You don't want to fall or lean too far. This will actually keep you from reaching out so far and make the whole project go a lot quicker. And if a maintenance challenge like cleaning gutters is made easier, you'll do it more often, and that makes it a lot simpler. Well, Joe, these are all real good. And anytime you can, make it a little easier to do some of the projects around the house, it makes a lot of sense. We'll be right back.
How would you like the latest home improvement articles, videos, contests, and more delivered right to your inbox? Be sure and sign up today for our Today's Homeowner e-newsletter. Visit todayshomeowner.com to find out more.
Okay, we're going through the top 5 fall simple solutions, and we're down to number 4. Joe, save us some more time and effort on some of the stuff we have to do around the house here.
All right, I'll certainly try. Fall is the very best time of the year to plant grass seed. And here's a tip for overseeding any bare or thin spots on your lawn. Typically at the end of the summer and now into fall, you'll walk around your grass, you'll see some bare spots. So what you want to do is go to a supermarket and buy one of those small plastic clamshell berry containers. That's the kind that they sell blueberries and raspberries in them. And the containers have small drainage slots, not big holes, but drainage slots in the bottom, which are perfect for distributing grass seed. Because when you're putting down grass seed, you don't want to put it down too heavily or too thinly. So what you do is you just take the berry container, dip it into your bag of seed, close the lid, snap it closed. Then you just gently shake it over the bare spots. And what you'll find is you get a nice even distribution of grass seed, again, without wasting the seed. And then, of course, you have to rake the seed into the soil, water it, then cover it with some mulch hay just to make sure the birds don't come and eat your new grass seed.
Yeah, and more and more nurseries now are starting to stock the inexpensive hay. Right. The hay that might not be good for feeding horses and animals and so forth, but is perfect for, erosion control and, like I say, spreading out over there that keeps the moisture so that the seeds will grow better. And like I say, keep the flock of birds away. Okay, right. Number 5 on our top 5 fall simple solutions. Okay.
Most people collect leaves by simply dumping them into a large plastic trash can that has a bag inside. And then nothing wrong with that, except that when you go to remove the bag of leaves, especially if it's full and it's got wet leaves in it, the bag actually forms a suction at the bottom, making it impossible to yank that bag out of the trash can. So here's how you break that vacuum so the bag slides right out. Get a drill and drill some 5/8 inch diameter holes along the bottom and the outside of the can. And what it does, the holes will just allow air to flow into the can, breaking that vacuum so the bag will slide right out.
There you go. Man, that can be so frustrating. I mean, you're out there working and you're raking and you'd rather be watching football or fishing or something
or anything else.
And then you're pulling that bag and then you're wrestling the trash can and you're kicking the trash can. Right. Then you hurt your toe. Then you fall down, you break your elbow. Yeah. I mean, this is a serious situation here. So,
well, I've seen people have to turn the trash can on the side, straddle it like a bronking bull while someone else tries to yank out the bag. I've actually seen that. Yeah.
Well, life can be easier than that, even in the fall when we're having to wrestle all of the leaves and that kind of thing. All of these tips certainly should make your fall as a homeowner a lot more enjoyable. And I would certainly encourage you to go to todayshomeowner.com/simple solutions, and you can see video examples of every single one of these and over 550 more. Again, todayshomeowner.com/simple solutions. Special thanks to my radio co-host and our Simple Solution co-host on the Today's Homeowner television show, Joe Truini. Joe, thanks so much for being on this special Ask Danny podcast.
My pleasure, Danny. Anytime. Talk to you soon.
All right. Talk to you soon.